anyways, the bad thing that happened this past weekend is once again JT Ginn is injured. An unknown injury being looked at by doctors. We know that his arm is hurt. As we know, this past season, he had some issues and sat out a couple games and came back and wasn't the same when we got into the postseason. I feel bad for the guy. The man turns down millions of dollars to come play for Mississippi State, thinking he's going to have a bounce back year, come into his sophomore year, barely gets out of the gates in the first game of the season, gets 3 innings, couple strikeouts, has a couple walks. I knew going into the season a lot of people were worried about that because it was a little hush-hush because his fastball was usually clocked in the mid-90s last year, but in the spring ball, he couldn't get barely above 90. He was hitting more 91, and so they were really – before the season started, there was already whispers of what was going to happen. So I wish him the best. I worry not only for him, but I also decided to go to China – or I didn't go to China. I decided to buy a couple of jerseys for the baseball season that's coming up, and one of them is JT Ginn, and it looks like he's already got the jersey. Already has the coronavirus already built into it. So my girlfriend tells me I can't open them up until May after her marathon, so she doesn't get the cooties. So I have to
Why would you order something from China, man, with all that going on over there?
I wasn't even thinking about it when I first ordered. I don't even know if it was out yet. I ordered in January, and I finally messaged them the other day. I was like, "Hey, what's going on with my jerseys?" And they were like, "Oh, so sorry, sir. My friend, coronavirus has shut us down for a little while. We are just coming back into the factory. We'll get to you soon." My girlfriend's like, "You can keep that shit."
Yeah, buddy.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. But we got Oregon State, and Oregon State is a perennial power out of the Pac-12. The last couple of years they had a dominant pitcher that wasn't really able to really pitch because he did something stupid as a child. But he's gone now. This isn't the Oregon State team from years ago. And even though we're without Ginn, I still feel confident that we're going to win this season. I don't know if we're going to sweep Oregon State, but I think we're going to win 2 games. Stubbs. What you think?
Going to be interesting without Ginn starting. So we're going to keep the same. We're going to keep McLeod on Saturdays, and we're going to keep our Canadian boy on Sundays. But we're going to throw Friday night. We're going to throw what's his name? Carlisle Colster, I think. He is I believe he's a transfer kid that came in, I thought. And he's no stranger. He's pitched on Friday nights. So it's going to be interesting. That game kicks off tomorrow at 1 o'clock. It's an early, not a kickoff, but first pitch is at 1 o'clock tomorrow because they're worried about cold weather. It's kind of funny, ironic. Oregon's probably thinking, we're coming to the South to play in warmer weather, and you're talking about we're moving the game up because of cold weather. It's kind of different. Oregon State comes in, I believe they're 2-2 already on season. They've already took 2 losses. They lost one this weekend. I forgot who it's to, and then they had a midweek game they just recently lost. So we'll see what happens. Like you said, old boy's not there pitching anymore. They switched out their coaches. He's retired. It's still going to be a powerhouse game. I hope that we have a good crowd. And, of course, I know tomorrow, like I said, it might hurt because it's a 1 o'clock first pitch. But I am looking forward to at least winning 2 out of 3 of this. We've got a lot of young talent. We've got a lot of talent coming back. I want to see more of the bullpen. Like I said, I'm still excited no matter if I've got the coronavirus jerseys coming or not.
Bruh, speaking of coronavirus jerseys, man, are you in any of the Kansas City Chiefs groups?
Yeah, I was going to tell you I was getting ready to order coronavirus
Chinese
jerseys
don't
for the Chiefs too.
Don't do it. Man, people got jerseys with the number coming off, with the wrong Super Bowl number on there, hats with the Kansas City Chiefs arrowhead just Not even sold on right. Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
I have a Chris Jones jersey stuck in the cart, so I might wait closer to football season. Let the cooties get out of China because knowing my luck, I'd pop on those air bubbles in that bag and just catch it right then and there and just fall over dead.
Can't have that, man. Can't have that. You know.
Well, you be on your own then, buddy. So, anyway, so that's it on baseball.
well,
Let's
before.
transition over to my other favorite sport,
All right.
and that is softball.
Oh man, women's softball starting off good this year for a first year head coach, man.
Yeah, coming in this week, we got ranked 24th. The first time we hit into the polls, we came into this week 9-1. We are currently out west playing in Palm Springs. It's a several teams tournament.
Very
We
nutty
played.
collegiate classic.
Yeah, there you go. So we played Oregon State today in the early game. We won 1-0, and then we had play with Oregon, and they were ranked 15th coming into the game. And of course, closer to home, they do beat us. We lost 7-2. We've got a good chance to win out the rest of the games. We've got, I think tomorrow we've got UC Riverside. I don't even know if that's a community college or what that is. Please don't shoot me, people, if you listen to the show. And then we finish off with BYU and San Diego State. So those two games,
San Diego State. Well, we stole their defense. Well, we actually stole them from Syracuse. So Syracuse stole them from San Diego State. But yeah, Arnett, we're glad to have you, even though you didn't coach down at Syracuse. But the Syracuse Army was mad about that.
They were salty on Twitter.
All right, so let's jump into Pro Dogs. And even though football season is over, there's plenty of Bulldog and the pros news to talk about. 3 players that we're going to talk about. One of them is a free agent. Well, 2 of them are free agents. One of them is not a free agent right now. First and foremost, we're going to talk about our best quarterback that ever come through Mississippi State for now until Mike Leach gets his system rolling, Dakota Prescott. Emmitt Smith says that Dak Prescott should give the Cowboys a sizable discount in contract negotiations. Where was Emmitt when Zeke was holding out? Leave Dak alone. Pay Dak. He's your franchise quarterback. Stubbs, what you think about Emmitt Smith wanting Dak to give the Cowboys a hometown discount?
Man, I don't know where to go with this one because I'm torn on both things. I want the man to get paid, but if you pay the man too much, if they're going to try to get close to that $40 million mark, you're going to hurt Dallas in the long run. Nothing against him. I just don't think he should be the most highest paid quarterback in the league. I still feel like Russell Wilson is a little better. Aaron Rodgers is getting 33.5. Like I said, Russell's at the 35. I mean, pay the man more than Jared Goff and Carson Wentz. He deserves more than that. So you can get him somewhere between 33 and 35. I'd heard rumors that he had turned down $33 million. I think it's more about the guaranteed money than it really is per season. There's this crazy rumors going out there right now. And I'm one of them that's been spreading them on. I'm not spreading, but sharing the stories about letting Dak Prescott walk and signing Tom Brady for 2 or 3 years.
So where's Dak going to go if that happens? I mean, there have been rumors about them trading Dak.
I mean, where do you go? I mean, maybe Oakland?
No,
Oakland,
we do not want Dak in Oakland, bro. Because
I don't know. I don't know where you go.
We have to root for him to look Las Vegas. Now, not Oakland no more. We don't want Dak in Las Vegas because if Dak comes to Las Vegas, we have to root for Dak to suck because we're Chief fans.
I know. We got to root for Chris Jones twice a year on him.
So, no, I don't want Dak in Las Vegas. I want Dak as far away from my Chiefs as possible. Send him to New Orleans. You know? Why don't Dallas trade for Drew Brees and Send Dak to New Orleans so Dak can be in his home state of Louisiana. I like that better than signing Tom Brady. You don't agree?
All right, so
I guess not.
you want to go to Chris Jones next?
What's that?
You want to jump into Chris Jones next?
Well, yeah. Chris Jones, of course, our defensive tackle supreme, led us to a Super Bowl victory. Um, the Chiefs probably not going to be able to re-sign him and Mahomes. I would love to have both of them come back because Jones is the leader of the defense. Mahomes is the leader of the offense. There's rumors that Chris Jones is going to be traded so that we can get some fresh bodies in. Now, because there's just no way we can pay for both of them. We just can't. I would love, because Chris Jones ain't going to take no discount. I seriously doubt. He was a second-round pick. He want his money. So I would love to see him back in Kansas City because that gives me just another reason to just root for his success. Because, one, I've been rooting for him since he was a Mississippi State Bulldog. And then I get a chance to root for him with our Chiefs. And then he led our defense to a Super Bowl championship. So, no, I don't want to see him go. I don't want to see him go anywhere else. I don't want to see him stop Kansas City from winning another Super Bowl. I want Kansas City to find a way to keep both, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think Chris Jones is going to end up getting traded for draft picks and cash. I just think that's just where we are right now because we need the bodies, and we can get a lot back for him. So I'm torn, man. I mean, I'm really torn. I like having Bulldogs on my Chiefs. I love it.
Sure.
Even though Martinez Rankin and darn it, the other defensive tackle aren't active, they're still members of the Chiefs and they're Bulldogs. So Hoyet and Martinez Rankin are going to be contributing next year because they're not going to have the huge contracts that Jones has. So hey, if Braxton Hoyet can channel his inner Chris Jones and because he played alongside Simmons. No, did he play with Simmons? I don't think he. No. Did he play with Jones in college? I don't think he did. He might have played 1 year with Jones, but he was never really the go-to defensive lineman. So if he can, come off that practice squad and give us some good minutes, give us some good snaps. I would be happy. I really don't want Chris Jones to go, but what do you think? Do you think we can afford him? We're going to try to pay both of them? Where do you think Chris Jones is going to end up?
I hope he's in Kansas City, man. Like you said, I want all the Bulldogs in Kansas City. I know today I tweeted, they were talking about who do they want Kansas City to take in the first round. And of course, I jumped on there. I was like, it's a no-brainer. You take Cam Dantzler in the first round, and then you take him maybe in your second and third. You need a linebacker, so you need to go ahead and grab Willie Gay because I'm telling you, when he goes to that combine in a couple weeks, I feel like he's going to jump off the chart. But back to Chris Jones, I hate seeing him leave. I mean, I won't say he's the lead of the defense. I don't know if that might go to the Honey Badger. But he disrupts so much, and you've got to figure out a way to keep him. It just depends on what you could possibly get back for the man. I don't want to lose, especially if I get a Chris Jones coronavirus jersey in a couple of weeks. I don't want to. Maybe I need to wait.
Well, you know what? You can still have a Chris Jones jersey as a Chief because, he will go down in Chiefs lore as a Super Bowl champion. So it doesn't matter if he leaves. His place in Chiefs history is solid. It's just the way the NFL is in this day and age. The days of being able to keep teams together like the old school Steelers are long gone. So, hey. All right, our last Bulldog we're going to talk about before we get ready to get out of here. Darius Slay Now, when Slay was drafted by the Lions,